everybody? It's your boy Chris, aka the Water King, coming at you for another Dueling Bros video, and I'm super excited, okay, because I'm about to get into one of the first UFO deck breakdowns. It's a super duper unique deck. It's called Great Balls of Fire. I think it's gonna blow a lot of you guys' hats off, okay, because a lot of you guys are gonna be like, oh, I liked that card when I read it, and this is a deck made completely around it, and it's a lot of fun. And if I'm telling you guys, you're gonna enjoy it, and it's fairly cheap to build, and you could catch a whole tournament unsuspectingly and come out with first, I think, if no one is suspecting this deck coming their way. So, but before I get into that real quick, let's just not forget to check out all of our dates on the MetaZoo Play Network. And don't forget, our stream is on dripshot.live. And also, very soon, your boy Chris is going to be streaming on Whatnot from time to time. I'm going to schedule the first live stream very, very soon. So get ready for that. And then don't forget to go to our store, duelingbrothers.store, for all of your MetaZoo needs, because we got you covered and we have tons of extra goodies coming soon to become, right? Like, I don't know, the Dueling Brothers set number 2 of tokens, right? That's coming. And then other than that, guys, just make sure that you're always having fun, and check out our YouTube for any more deck breakdowns, card breakdowns. And let's get into Great Balls of Fire, because this deck is a blast. You guys are really going to enjoy it. Let's get into it. Alright everybody, as promised, this is my brand new deck. A very unique deck, one of a kind. I bet other people have come up with it or have thought of it. This is not that complicated of an idea, but you know, it's just new, and for anybody wanting to try something different and maybe a new aura type, this is a tricky deck right here, okay? So you're probably like, whoa, you know, it's a lot of the same cards, and that is also the point, okay? So let's check it out, okay? I got 9 Flame Aura right here, and then we got 2 Prism Aura. The Prism Aura is mainly for the side deck, and we'll get into the side deck later. We should have enough time with this deck to get into the side deck. And then we have 2 of the Fire and Spirit artifact essences, the Burning Spirit imprint. Again, this is for the green fireballs, but also that Spirit will come and play with the side deck later. We got New Beginnings instead of New Year's New Beginnings, because this is not a deck where you really want to throw away anything. It's okay if you do throw away some stuff, but it's better if you don't. So just New Beginnings is fine. I really think either or is okay, but with my playtesting and for how I think this deck works, I prefer to have New Beginnings. So let's move on to 7 Tribal War Cries, okay? So I like Tribal War Cry for this deck. Everything in here is a Beastie Spirit, so everything will feed off of itself. This is basically like a Flame Fearsome Critter deck, but with a lot more explosive power. So then we have 10 Green Fireballs. Now, if you haven't played with the Green Fireballs yet, they are a extremely fun card. You know, the Spirit trait, 1 fire, 1 neutral, 35 LP, and they get 10 damage from nighttime. And if you're in New Mexico, USA, this page costs 1 less aura to contract. So pretty fun. In Arena, whenever an opposing caster loses their final burn counter, that caster loses 25 LP. What do you know? This thing does burn 1 and 30 damage. So basically this attacks, and then when you end the turn, you take 25 damage, and it stacks. So if you have all 10 out there, that's 250 damage. So as you can see, that increases pretty fast, and since it is a spirit, it's pretty tricky to get rid of. You have to spell it out, affect it out. You can't just damage it outright. And even if so, there's not a lot of spells that just do 35 damage. And then we got Foufalettes that are a 1-drop Beastie Spirit that will power up your green fireballs, or you can use them as a Smoky Spirits, and they did get reprinted for UFO, so that will come into play later. This is the UFO reprint. It is just beautiful. I love it, and it does 15 damage from nighttime, and then 20 damage with burn 2. So if you want to attack the other caster with this, if you think they're going to try to attack you, maybe play a FAC and then try to get rid of some of your beasties, you can attack them with Foufalette to make them take that burn damage. And this is only 1 cost, so it's fairly easy to get out there to help out your green fireballs. And you can Tribal Warcry green fireballs or Fufalette because they are both beastie spirits. And then Bookmark, of course, a staple of any deck. Then we got the UFO card. So both of these species are from the UFO set, or your Fufalette, like I said, has been reprinted for UFO. And beasties from the MetaZoo UFO set gain plus 25 LP and plus 25 attack damage until the end of this turn. Very, very strong. So Fufalette will get that 25 damage and green fireballs will get that damage, making them 55 and 45 respectively. Very, very, very strong. And then one that I had to go and find because I haven't had to use this in a deck in that long is the Nightfall promo card. So this is mainly used in FC right now, Fearsome Critters, but now you can use it as in this deck. All BC's attacks from the MetaZoo Nightfall set deal 25 plus 25 damage this turn. And it's also considered nighttime this turn. So you don't need the nighttime Terra for the green fireballs. You got the nighttime Terra from the Nightfall bonus. And then also, of course, this would make plus 40 damage to Fufalette, making Fufalette do 60 because 25 and then plus 15 from the nighttime. And then if you also just happen to play UFO, that would be 85 damage for a Fufalette. Very, very strong. Of course, you have Power Up Red as a staple, of course, in pretty much any deck as well. And that's pretty much the main deck. It is that simple. You play green fireballs as much as you as quickly as you can. Stack up its arena effect, and then you just attack. And then you attach Tribal Warcry to your Beastie Spirits to power them up, and you just kind of do just constant attacks. It's a hyper aggressive deck. Defending is kind of the counter to it. So if there's going against water, which is going to naturally do really well against this deck, like a crab really hurts this deck. And that is where we are going to get into the side deck. Ooh, it is not often that I'm able to get into the side deck, but again, this is 42 cards. You got 9 Flame Aura, 2 Prism, you got 2 of the Orifacts. That way you can try to get these bad boys out quicker. I would recommend mulliganing until you get 2 Aura, okay? Yeah, because you just want to be able to secure that you can play at least one of these a turn after turn 2, if you have one, of course. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm gonna pause the video and then we're gonna get right into the side deck. Alright everybody, I normally do not go into the side deck because the side deck is where all the secret sauce resides. But let's get into it right now. This is a brand new deck, this is a brand new set, and I want you guys to get out there and rock in. So, as I stated earlier, you had the Spirit Artifact. That is for Morpheus. Now, each caster is different, okay? Each opponent you play is going to be different. You may need to side Morpheus is in. You may not. You may need to side all 4. You may not. It is all depending on how they play. Not everybody defends even though they know they need to. Some people, they just drop the ball and they don't defend. And so you got Morpheuses, right? And then on top of that, if they still have big beasties that you're like, oh my god, I can't attack still, Merging Flames. Now you're like, Merging Flames, Chris, why does this matter? Okay, Merging Flames, target beastie or caster loses 10 LP and is inflicted with burn 1. And what is that? That's a spell. So you can just stack up your green fireballs and then just play Merging Flames. And as long as they don't play FAC, your spirits should be good, or a board wipe, of course, respectively. Now, you still will need to do some damage without Merging Flames, but ideally you should be able to. And then, of course, like I mentioned earlier, the weakness to this deck is water, as the weakness to most flame decks is water. So we have the Radioactive Hornets, and that is another reason why I included the Aurifact, the Fire and Spirit Aurifact, so that you could evenly swap for the Fire and Lightning Aurifact. That is just, just another way to get Lightning Aura so that you can play a Hornet. But yeah, this is the side deck. This deck is fairly simple, but is fairly effective as well. So don't be afraid to give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. It ramps up really fast. It kind of starts off like, like, okay, does a little bit of damage, and then from one turn to the next, you'll just see your damage explode, especially with those tribal war cries slowly adding up. Things will just get crazy out of nowhere, and you have those 7 tribal war cries, so you can just do some merging flames and some hornet. There's a lot of same beasties. The one thing you never want to touch those green fireballs. Don't touch those green fireballs. All right, and that's it, guys. Thank you for watching my great Balls of Fire deck breakdown, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you give it a shot, let me know how it goes. Let me know any deck suggestions you need or that you have for it. And yeah, that's it. All right, it's all about having fun. Peace, guys.